Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Marcie Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I'm from Clovis, California. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for coming back. I've been gone for a little, well, I just missed on Sunday because I had my sister here visiting, and so we had a really good visit. It's funny because she gets up at like 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning every morning. I do not. So it was kind of funny because at 8 o'clock she's getting tired. She eats at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. Like I told you, she lives kind of in Oregon up in the hills, and she has some property, and so she's just a morning person out with her goats and her horse and her chickens, and I'm more of a night owl. So it was just kind of fun to hang out with her, but be like, okay, we need to eat early. And then she's like, make all the noise you want. She goes to right to sleep, won't bother her. So we would watch a show, but we pretty much went to bed a little earlier than normal, but it was a different schedule, that's for sure. Let's see. But am I caught up on sleep? No, not really. Trying to read my messages, and you know how the ads go above the chat, and it keeps coming back up whenever I close the chat. My stuff keeps going back down. Yay, Gloria remembered. Hi, everybody. I did have a great time with my sister. It was a lot of fun. I told you guys we are like night and day, so it's kind of funny, but I give her a bad time. She's a smoker. I am not. So she's always known since I was young, and since she was younger, that she goes like, she has to go away, way out in the backyard when she smokes, because I am not a smoker and don't like breathing it. But anyway, Gloria, I know you're a night owl too, because we have chatted many nights very late. Hello, Susan from Northern California. Where are you at in Northern California? So, yes, so it's been nice. And this weekend, I'm going to do some, I say remodeling. It's not remodeling. Home improvements, I guess. I'm going to do an accent wall, which is kind of like two walls and a corner. Because I have a window wall, and then our TV wall, and then our fireplace wall is diagonal with a big old clock above. And so I'm going to accent those. And so I'm going to be doing some painting on a lot of taping off. So that's going to be fun. And then my big project, which I'm going to have to show you guys a before and after, because I'm really nervous about it. But my husband's like, that's all you. You're the crafty one. We have a white fireplace, and it's brick. But the people that lived here before, when they painted it, I don't know what they did, if they decided to touch up. There's like 2 bricks that have like a ivory white kind of patchwork on it, and it just looks horrible. So we've been wanting to paint it. So I think I'm going to repaint it white, and then take a sponge. I saw this online. Take a sponge, and I'm going to dip it like in a gray, and I'm going to stamp light here and there, but then kind of stamp a couple times darker on a few, you know, make it look like a whitewash gray kind of. I don't know, we'll see. I'm a little nervous about it, but I can always go back over with white. Oh, Carol, Joe goes to bed early. See, my husband is more of a, are you ready to go to bed? And so if I'm in here late at night, which I'm usually not, because we usually watch TV together, once I'm done in here and we do dinner, then I'm out there. Once in a while, if I'm working on a big project, I might come back in, but usually not. But I bet you that'll happen when his retirement happens. Oh, thanks. I hope it'll look nice. Whew, I'm nervous about it. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys this gorgeous card I got in the mail. From Lisa Mariano. I'm not sure if I'm saying her last name right, but she's on my team. So Lisa, what a beautiful card. I emailed you, but I don't know if you got that yet, because I just got this. Look how gorgeous that card is. Is that not pretty? Look at all the new in colors and all the texture. She embossed and she inked back here. And she layered it up with the pretty in pink, and then she put some, looks like Summer Splash on there. And then it's just got texture and all kinds of fun stuff on it. I love it. And then it says, "You're simply amazing." And then she thanked me for her support, blah, 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 and congratulated me on my 200,000 in sales. So cute. And then she also sent me a bone folder. Isn't that nice? I love it because it's really bold. The one I got isn't as bold, so I'm really loving this one. So thank you, thank you. It is Carol, isn't it pretty? So I just love it. Anyway, so I had to show you that. Speaking of the new in colors and some fun stuff, this is the card we're going to create tonight. And I've got a little secret to share about how I did this. A little tip and trick that saves a lot of paper, but gives you the look that you want. I am lucky if I'm asleep at 4 a.m. Whew, I don't sleep much, but I've never required much. See, my sister did stay up later than normal when she was here, because she would be like, we played a lot of games, my husband and my sister and I. And so we love Rummy Cube, so we played that a lot. If you guys are looking for a fun game, Rummy Cube is a lot of fun. So we played that until sometimes 10 and midnight, but then she said, "Oh, I'll still get up at 4 or 5. Crazy girl. But anyway, and then I had to remind her that she's 57. She's like, "Well, I'm only 55, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "No, you're not. You are 57. And she's like, "No." And I'm like, "Yes." And then once we figured it out, she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm 57. So that was kind of fun. My sister is from Oregon. So we're all from here. We all went to school here. I stayed, and my 2 brothers and my sister went up to, north. So they are not hot summer, hot temperature place. My oldest brother's 10 years older than me. He's definitely a coastal person. And then my other brother decided to go up there with by them. And then my sister ended up going to LA for a while, Los Angeles. And then they moved up to Oregon. She did not like the valley here. And so she decided to go near my brother. So she said, "Sorry, sister, don't want to be in the Central Valley." So that's okay. That was a good age. Deborah, I told her it only gets better. All right, so a couple quick things to tell you. July Bingo is full. If you are new to July Bingo, because I do know I do have a lot of new people playing, you will not get your kits before Bingo on Wednesday. It says that in the instructions, so don't worry about it. Wednesday night, you're going to have a good time, relax, chat, watch the creation of the projects, and play bingo. And then you'll get the kits. They'll go out in the mail on Thursday, the day after. And then that way you can relax, go back to the video, and just create them at your leisure. But July's is sold out. However, August Bingo is open for registration. There's a link below, and so you can go ahead and start registering for that. I think I was able to cut off Bingo right about the right. I did do more Bingos this time than I did last month, and I'm just upping it as my numbers show that I need more. So if it's sold out but you're still interested in it, let me know, just so I can kind of gauge next month and do more, because I've been adding a few more just because I want to get that that sweet spot where I kind of get everybody to be able to participate that wants to. My sister will be visiting me in August, and she is an early to bed, early rise too. Whew, Deborah. My sister, luckily, she said, "Don't even worry about me. I'll be fine." I do have an Oculus, so she was having a ball with that. So she would do that early in the morning. And she was just, she's like, "I'm addicted. I have to get one." So she liked that, but she, you know, she goes outside and reads, and she sat outside. That's the only cool time of the day. So the day she got here was 115. She said she thought she was going to die, but she survived. And so she's happy to go home because it's 68 there, I guess, is what my my brother just told me. So anyway, so she's happy about that. Sophisticated sled. I do still have some kits available for that. Not too many left, but I do. If you purchase the kit from, or the bundle from me, the class will be free. So keep that in mind. There's a link below for the class. And that is going to be a great class. I'm prepping for it now. It's about halfway prepped. I'm going to be doing the video soon. I have it scheduled to be mailed out August 1st. If it's done before then, I will send it out. So I still have to do the PDF and all that kind of stuff, but it is still there and available if you are interested in that class, which is going to be a really good class. Also, the paper pumpkin coming up is so stinking cute. It's got candles. I think if you get an additional stamp set, look at those numbers, and a banner. So it's perfect for this kit. And I have not seen the video yet because it came out, I think, when my sister was here. So it's cards, obviously. So it's going to be a great birthday set. And it says eat cake. So I don't know if that's just because of the candles on this card or if there's a cake card, or I don't know yet. So I haven't seen all the sneak peeks for it yet, but I'm excited about that. So I will be doing a paper pumpkin alternative with the painted petal, the new set that's coming. I usually don't get mine until it's probably going to be the week of bingo, so I'll probably do it on that following Sunday. So I'll be looking for that. Oh, my girlfriend in Sacramento said the temps were in the triple digits. Oh yeah, triple digit up there is not as normal as it is here. Definitely triple digit. Yesterday, I think it was like 104 or 105, something like that. Today, I don't know. I haven't looked. Today's weather, only 101. So, yay. I went outside to the airport early this morning and came back home and haven't been back out. So, hi, Myra. How are you? Okay, so let's jump in. I can't think of anything else. Obviously, bonus days. Oh, I know. Bonus days are still going on. So for every $50 you spend, you're going to get a $5 coupon back in your mail. Make sure you keep those coupons. I always create myself a folder and put them in because in August you're going to want to use them. So don't forget that. The next thing, if you would like a catalog and you do not have a demonstrator and you'd like to get on my list for the holiday catalog, please go to my blog, which is marciebesecker.com, and go to the top that I think it says about me or request a catalog. I don't remember. It's right in there somewhere. Go ahead and go there and fill that out, and I'll get a catalog out to you. And please do that only if you don't have a demonstrator, because your demonstrator is probably going to be sending you one. Neighborhood is having a craft fair. Oh, Gloria, I thought of you in Vegas when the weather was so hot. Whew. All right, so let's get busy. I have a fun card to show. I have to say, this suite, I was kind of iffy about at first to get it. And I wasn't quite sure. I was like, oh, you know, they're cute, but I don't know. But every card I've made so far, I've absolutely loved. The paper is the star. And like this one doesn't have any ducks on it. I didn't do any die cutting for the ducks. This is just the paper. And then, oops, and then I use my deckled circles. And so I brought this out to show you. So this whole suite is adorable. So I have the charming ducks, and you will see these in the, I'm trying to look really quick. Yes, in bingo. I will be using this set in bingo. So you will see this. Then I have the adhesive backed dappled dots that go with it. And then I have my paper. It is a 6x6. People ask me all the time how I store my 6x6. Where do I get this? There is a link below with the video so you can go and recreate this. This is so full right now that it's bursting out right here. So I'm going to have to glue it again. But when I first started doing these, I would put a picture of so I would take a piece of paper and I would just put it, you know, on the front, or take the image on the back, just so I could kind of know what it is. And then I would take a strip off the bottom and put right here so that when they're in my tray, I could just see right here what it is. I stopped doing that and I just put the name now, because I can pull this sticker off and put a new sticker on and use it for the next catalog. So I stopped doing that. So these have been used quite a bit. which is where I need to start gluing this, but I need to like clean this out. But I like to keep these kinds of pieces because obviously this can be used for something else. I have a lot of pieces in here from different pieces that I've used. And so I'm going to use them because you can always use them in the inside, or you can always use them as a strip down the side, whatever. So I just like to keep everything I can to use it. So we're going to be using this piece of paper here, the one with the little ducks. And I always look at this. It's the one with this little greenery kind of hanging down, the vines. I also used the new Greetings of the Season. And I'm using this die right here. So this will be available to you. It's available now. It's one of the new online exclusives. Okay. And so I'm going to use this one right here. I also am using the Swirl So Swirly embossing folder. And that's about it. So I'm going to show you how I did this because there's kind of a little method to my madness here. So the first thing, let's start, before I start this part, is let's do the inside. And I did a little stamping here. I am going to bring in my pad here. And we're just going to do some quick stamping. I'm going to take Granny Apple Green. That's one of the greens in the set. Let me move that up there. Oh, so Sunday I meant to come and do a video. And I think Friday I noticed, okay, so my card is horizontal. So I'm going to put this, and I'm going to go right off the bottom edge of my paper because I want it to look like the green is coming up. I don't want it floating, so I'm going to go down just a little bit. All right. And then, so I'm using this die, this stamp right here. So I did this in Granny Apple Green. And then these are the little, I want to say cattails. Foxtails, cattails. I think they're cattails. And so I'm going to do this in Peach Pie. So yeah, I think it was Friday. Well, last week or so, my internet kept going on and off and on and off in here. Like, so weird. And so, and then it would come back on and it would work. All right. So you're going to see these lines. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see. And I'm going to come a little closer for you so you can see this. But see the tops right here? These are the tops of the cattails. So you want to get your peach pie and just put the tips and the bottoms in the right spot. So I need to, hopefully my head's not in the way. Get the bottoms and the tips, and as you get closer you can kind of see where you're at. So I just keep going down until they get right there in the right spot. Okay, so that's our inside. Anyway, so I absolutely lost my internet in here, and we have a couple of different networks that we use. And so I kind of was skipping around trying to find one that worked. None of them would work. So I told my husband I thought it might be my Ethernet cable, because when I redid my craft room in here, I needed hardwired, right? So I got a desktop. I used to use my laptop. So I got my computer hardwired in here because it's just a lot easier when you're doing videos. You want to make sure you're not going to have any issues. And that was my biggest concern. I would just hate to be in the middle of a video, or definitely bingo or a class or something, and everything take a dump. So I got hardwired in here and had the cable guy come out a whole bit. Anyway, I was thinking, oh no. So our cable goes from, the modem goes from my husband's office up through the attic and back down my wall into my craft room. And so I was thinking, oh no, my wire, something's wrong. And my husband's like, well, before we go up in the attic in 115-degree weather, why don't we order a card, an Ethernet card, because that was his guess and he was right. So happy about that. And so it seems to be working. So fingers crossed. I have a week before bingo, so hopefully it's going to be fine. All right, so I put the peach pie in the back, which is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then of course the white is 5 by, 4 by 5 1/4. So, yay, Terry! Ooh, fun, Nell. A crop with friends. Hi, Tashana, how are you? Hi, Melanie. Okay, so there's the outside. Now, we're going to do the inside, and I'm going to show you a few tricks, but let's go ahead and stamp this first. And I know it's the white on white. We're going to use You Make Me Happy. So we're going to stamp that in black. And I'm laughing because, oh, here it is. I'm going to try my new, remember my Memento black? So this is the white ink pad. And I put Memento Basic Black, but I did put the black strip there in whatever other language it was here. And I just wrote Basic Black right there because I like it, especially for these larger stamps. So let's stamp this here first. Remember, this one was really inky when I first did it, but this looks like a pretty good stamp, so I think I'm going to be okay. So I'm going to put this on here, right on the line. I'm just going to put it right there. And then ink this back up. I really like having the black ink on here. All right, so I'm going to stamp over towards the right. Yay, so there's my stamp. So if you guys haven't done this, I've been wanting to do it forever. I've seen several people do it, and I've been really wanting to do it. And so this, I would totally get this ink pad. All right. I mean, yeah, that white ink pad to do that. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a little bit of how I did this. All right, we're going to do the 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, which is going to go on top of the card here, but we're going to set this aside for right now. I also took a strip, and this will be on my blog, a strip of the Pretty in Pink. We're going to layer that up, and then I took just a strip of Balmy Blue to make it like the water. So see how the ducks are in the circle? And then I did the blue like it's the continued water here in our scene. And so I did the So Swirly. So let's go ahead and add that on with our glue. And again, I like to use liquid glue just to get it in the grooves and make sure. It's a little, I put a little much right there, so sometimes I just touch it and then go over. Oops, it's too long, and that's okay. I think I went edge to edge. Oh, wow. Did you see what I just did? What a mess. All right. And I have not been in here. I came in yesterday for just a few minutes for something. I can't remember. Oh, I had to put an order in, so I had to come in and do some counting on a couple things. One of my cards for the Christmas, or the sled class has a ton of DSP on it. So I had to come in and kind of make sure I had enough and how much I needed to order. Oh, good, Stacy. Isn't it the best? What is it about the ink pad? Oh, Gloria, the ink pad. I took I bought the white ink pad. It's the white pigment ink pad. And then I replaced it with black because it comes white. It comes empty. And then it comes with your white refill like this. So instead of putting my white one on this one, because I already have one, I put my black Memento on here. So it's a much bigger pad versus this one. So it's a lot bigger, and I like that pad. So it is really, really nice. Okay, so we're going to add that on here, and we're going to set this aside. And now here's where this important part comes in. I used, oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th die for the ducks and the 7th die from the inside for the pink, for the pretty and pink. So now what I'm going to do is I want to get my ducks on here just so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first cut out. So if you're going to cut this, remember this is going to go horizontal, right? So, well, I'll show you in a minute. First, let's do our ducks first. So you want to make sure you get them in where you want enough water to come behind the ducks. You don't want to get it right on the nose or right on the tail. Just kind of get a good image, and you know, move it up or down, whatever works for you. And I'm going to go ahead and tape this, and then I'm going to die cut this out. Okay, so let's do that first. And I wanted to make a seam, but instead of just cutting your paper 4 by 5 1/4, now we have our ducks. Okay, our ducks are out, and now they'll go on our other deckled circle. Okay, now you've got to think about your paper. I really wanted all of this, and so your paper is going to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, right? Or excuse me, 4 by 5 1/4, because we have the outside there. So I want this to be 5 1/4. So we're going to take our trimmer and we're going to go to 5 1/4. All right. So now our image is 5 1/4. And why do I think I'm doing this wrong? But I'm not. I know I'm not. Okay. So we're going to go like that. And this is where a piece will come in handy later, maybe on the inside of a card or whatever. All right, now, oops, let me get this. I'm just going to look at this one. Now what I did is I'm going to come down and cut off this, but I'm going to cut it right to the edge of this. All right, because now we're going to want this to go across the bottom, but this is going to go across that. So I just make sure I put that on there. Okay, so that's going to go across the bottom. And now we want this to go across the top. So I just go all the way until it just, oops, it just cuts off right there at that circle. So you're going to go right to about there. And you're going to cut this off right about there. Okay. So now you have the top part and the bottom part. So now when you put your card together, I feel like it's been forever since I've done this. All right, when you put your card together, you're going to add this up here. Oh, you got to get your peach. Yeah, here it is, peach. You're going to put this at the top. You're going to put this at the bottom. And see how we cut the ducks out and cut out the water, but we're going to replace that water on there. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So basically you're just cutting out, kind of like you see those cards where, you know, even people stamp and then cut it out and then pop it up. It's kind of the same idea. You're just taking the main focus out of your DSP. Okay, put that on there. And then let's put this one. All right, and you really just need to go towards the bottom on this, because the top part you're going to be gluing it under this anyway. So then put this down here. All right, and now we're going to add that. Now you can go up some, you can go down some. Let's go ahead and add this on here. I'm just going to do it in liquid. We know how good that holds. And I like it so we can kind of move it around until it's right where I want it. Okay, so that's good. And so what I like to do is come in and put it up towards the very top just to see what it looks like, because you want to see this. You can see that already. All right, so I'm going to put this at the very top what I can, so you're just barely going to layer those over, okay? We're just going to use liquid glue again. And then I look at it, it doesn't really matter, but see how your bow, oops, is going to cover up over here? And then you want kind of some smooth spots so you can put your gems there. So I'm going to turn it because there's a smooth spot on this side. And so I am going to go right up to the blue line with the DSP. So the pink line is what's layering over. So the DSP is going to go right to where that blue line is. So this pink is just going to lay over. So I'm going to line it up before I press it down and make sure it's straight enough for me. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and adhere this to our card. And I just glued it down. Thank you to those that are already signing up for August bingo. I appreciate it. All right, we're going to put this on here. There we go. And let's pop this up. So we are going to pop that up with embellishments. With dimensionals. Of course, my son would be calling me. So I put you know how you can put little messages on your phone when somebody calls you and you hit the message and then you can say, I'll call you back in a bit. Well, you can automate it, you know, put your own message, customize it. And so mine says, doing YouTube, I'll call you back. And now he's like, when are you done? Hope it's not important. All right, so let's put that right about there. All right, so that looks good. Now our sentiment, we're gonna just put, I don't wanna knock off that little guy right there, so we're gonna put it right about there. And so what I did is I took, thank you, Carol. I'm gonna take a dimensional, a little one, and put it here, and a little one, and put it, I'm gonna put it right under the circle right there. And then I'm gonna add glue in the middle because I want it to lay down. Don't forget to take off your little dimensional things like I was about to do. All right, so now we're just gonna take this. Hi Lynette, how are you? And we're just gonna put that right about there. I like the little blue to show because you can see that little dimensional. So I'm just gonna go up a little bit. And it's right at the bottom of the pink. Just happened to be that's where it laid. So I'm gonna just tap that down because that's where the glue's at. And now here is the fun part to what I did with the bow. I loved this bow. And so I am going to show you it again. I showed you the other day. Let me get my little bow maker. So my bow maker, one of them I broke. Can you tell? It still works, but it's a little harder to use. I was a little too strong. If you let your bow go down too far and then you try to tighten it, it can bend them in. But if you do it more close to the top, it's not as bad. All right, so we're gonna take the peach pie ribbon, and I did, let's see, I did 2 loops. So 1, 2, okay, so you have 2 here, 2 over here, and then I bring this over and like that, and that's about what I want for my bow. So I'm gonna cut this, and I think I showed you guys this the other day. All right, so what I do is I'm going to start cutting it. I don't need that right now. I'm going to start cutting it because I want it to be like a foo-foo-y bow. It's easiest if you can hold on to it, but you want to do this slowly, and I showed you guys this before. Just go slow, go right up the center, and try to get your scissors to go right up to that edge where you were, and it gives you a straighter line. Like that's kind of jaggedy, but it doesn't really matter, but it's a little easier to do, and I think it looks a little nicer. So I'm just going to cut right up the middle. I had to move over to the right. I was coming over to the left too far. You got to be real careful because it's so easy to just cut your ribbon right in half. So we're going to make a fluffy ribbon. There we go. So we have our two pieces. Now we're going to go back here. Yes, it is, Terry. There's a link below. All right, we're going to put these together. Try to put them as even as you can because that way they kind of stay, it's a little easier for you. And I always do them a little longer just because you want to have that extra space to tie your ribbons and stuff. All right, so now we're going to, the 10-second bow maker is what this is, and it's online. I have no affiliation or anything with it. I just love it and use it, and it's exactly what it's called, 10-second bow maker. It's on for sale at their blog or their store. All right, so just tie it, and then I like to trim it a little bit because you're going to see all these little pieces, and then some of them are a little wild. And so at the top, I kind of try to trim those down a little bit. You don't have to trim them all the way off. And then see how these are kind of wild? And that's okay. All right, we're going to make them shorter because see how short those are? That's just how it went, which is fine. And I just cut these a little bit. All right, so and then we were probably going to cut it a little shorter, so we'll just keep going. And then we'll cut it. And then I like to fluff them up, so I like to just kind of push them in a little. All right, and then I use dimensionals. When inking the stamp pad with Black Memento, how much of the ink refill would you say you use? I don't use a whole lot. I just kind of put it all over the top, like just like a swirl. And then I take like a business card or an old gift card or something, or your spatula or whatever, and I just kind of, you know, move it around. If I still see white after a few minutes, I'll add a little bit more. When I first did mine, I put too much because the ink would gush up in between like my letters and stuff and my image. So it was too wet. So I had to go back to my Memento for a little while. And now it's perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to lay this right on that hole right there. See how with your sentiment over to the right, I put a glue dot. Yep, I put a glue dot in the middle, and then I put glue on the sides. Just to, number one, the glue dot holds it right away, especially for a video. And then number two, I put glue because I don't want my bows going anywhere. I've received cards where the bows fall off. So I thought, oh, you know what? I don't know if mine fall off, but I don't want them to. So I kind of decided to do that little extra step. Okay, these right here I'm going to cut because they're a little long. I like them just under the card. And so I'm going to do this one, and then this one, and this one. Okay, so that's better. All right, so there's the card. We got to put our embellishments on. The thing I like about these embellishments is any of the colors would look really good. It seems like I have more pink than orange, so I'm going to go with pink. So let me see. I'm going to get the pink one here that's hiding from me, that has the small and the large. And so I'm going to put the large, remember my nice flat spot that I have? So I have one right here. I'm going to put the large one. And then I'm going to take the small one and put it right here. Another little flat spot. And then I'm going to take another small one and put it on that flat spot right there. So I really like these little, I call them crackle. They're like crackle. They call them dapple dots, but they look like they're little crackle. They have crackles on them. Since you showed us about the, see, my heart thing is hiding your thing. The bow, I always do that. Oh, good, Carol. Yeah. You said dimensionals instead of glue dot. Oh, Renee, that does not surprise me. I also call my dimensionals embellishments. So anyway, there you go. So super cute. This one is, I probably did a tighter one, which means I only did one in the middle. This one, it looks like I probably did two. See how it's a little bit bigger and a little fluffier? And so it just, you know, whatever you want. So that would have moved that one out. And I probably did this one with 2 holes in it, whereas this one I just did 1. But look how cute this is with, we didn't even stamp except the sentiment. And then of course, that's why I decided, you know what, I'm going to do a little stamping on the inside. A couple of reasons. Number one, we did the card landscape. And then this is the paper we had left over. So we have this, this, and this, right? So this came here. We kept this strip for the bottom. Oopsie. Oh, right here. Where are we? Right here. Okay, so we kept the strip here for the bottom here. And then this part up here, I really wanted this. So that's where your decision is on, you know, where you want to cut. And so I really wanted to keep this. And so, and then this looks like there's a tree over here. But now this blue still looks like the water. You know what I mean? So it kind of makes that scene. And then you've got those down there. So you didn't have to use any of these dies, which are gorgeous, by the way. I can't wait for you to see the bingo card. You don't have to use any of the dies. I just used the decal dies. I cut out the image. So when you look through your paper, look and see what's there. There's a lot of really nice images. The paper really does so much for this set. And then I added that nice long sentiment, which I like because it's got the little circle. Now it is a tag, but I just stuck the bow on it so you don't see the hole. So when you guys look, don't forget to look over the greetings of the season tags on the online exclusive. They are very, very nice. So we did that. And now I could use this for the inside of a card. Now I couldn't have done that because it's going the wrong way. But it matches with the little flowers, and I think it would have been fine if it was the other way. Or I could have added a little strip over here. And then the other side, I could have added this one, and I could have also added this strip over here with the leaves on the side, okay? Which really would have been the inside of this, right? If it would have been on the inside. So I could have definitely done that too. So, you know, think about, you know, what you want to do, but you could do 4 cards out of a pack. Oh wait, is it 4 cards or 8 cards out of a pack of paper? So, really, really cute. 1 piece of paper. And then, like I said, you could use this on the inside if you wanted to. But there you go. So super fun. I will keep this. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share, thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. August Bingo is open, so don't forget that. It is going to be on the 14th. Because I get to go see my granddaughter in her cheer competition that weekend. So I would rather do bingo the day before I go instead of the day after I come back. Let's see. I would never think of doing something like that. Oh, thanks, Gloria. Thank you, Susan. Oh, I read that you had shingles, Carol. I am so sorry. I hope you're feeling better. I had somebody I know had it not long ago. Well, I guess it's been a couple years now, but she was in pain. So I hope you feel better soon. Just got this sweet in the mail today. Ooh, Nell, you are going to have so much fun. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Don't forget the sophisticated sled class. There's a link below. I still do have some suites, some kits still available. Not very many. So if you are interested in that, please make sure you register. You are so welcome, Dina. Thank you. Oh, Carol. So sorry. Thank you, Mary. Yes, a thumbs up would be great. Thanks, Carrie. Thank you, everybody. Have a fantastic week. I will be painting on Friday. Fingers crossed. So I'll let you know how it goes. Ooh. And I don't think I'm going to tackle my fireplace quite yet, but it's on the list. So, all right, everybody. I will see you soon. Bye.